As you probably know, I say you can always become a state. And if you're a state, we won't have a deficit. We won't have to tariff you.
U.S. President Trump reiterating his threats Thursday to subsume Canada and impose tariffs on it.
We don't need them to make our cars, and they make a lot of them. We don't need their lumber because we have our own forests, et cetera, et cetera. We don't need their oil and gas. We have more than anybody.
Canada will have a strong, robust response.
Premier Eby, speaking at a mining conference, identified something America needs from BC. Germanium, a rare chemical element produced in China and at a tech smelter in Trail. It's used for making night vision goggles used by the U.S. military and already banned for export to the States by China.
As a result of that ban, if the United States doesn't get germanium from Canada, and specifically from tech smelter, you can't get it anywhere.
Eby has also pushed for British Columbians to hold off on travel to the States. The BC Conservative finance critic says with the Canadian dollar so low, vacations to the U.S. are likely to be low anyways, and saber-rattling only stands to hurt local tourism if American travelers do the same.
U.S. travelers are 3/4 of our incoming international travel every year into British Columbia. And so there's no way the rest of Canada would make up that difference for us.
The Premier also encouraged people to buy Canadian. Easier said than done, says an agricultural expert who points to regulations preventing processing plants for produce being built on BC farmland.
A lot of our processing is done elsewhere because of the red tape around our processing industries. The government needs to immediately fix the processing situation in BC.
One measure industry groups are calling for to make BC less reliant on our suddenly unfriendly neighbor to the south.
And Rob Buffum joins us live from Victoria. Rob, what more can be done to make buying local easier?
Well, mi-jung, the same agricultural professor I spoke with, talked about the idea of building more greenhouses on farmland as well, something they do more of in Ontario. She points out that especially this time of year, we import so much of our produce, especially things like leafy greens like lettuce from California, and had the view that perhaps this latest tariff threat and threat at the border will be the impetus we need to move forward and get some of these regulations removed that they talked about doing during the pandemic, but never followed through on. Mi-jung.
Yeah, we'll see if those changes happen. Thank you, Rob.